Never stop improving. Go from zero to hero over the course of a weekend by watching our entire Blueprint conference. Only available on the Josh Vegan membership. The most important thing for you to do as a business leader is to make sure you've got that clarity of vision around what it is that you want to achieve. And that vision is made up of the purpose, the reason why your company exists and what it does, the mission, the clarity of what it is that we're trying to achieve this year in terms of the number of sales, the number of properties under management, and effectively the number of customers successfully served. And in addition to that, a set of values, a set of rules by which you play the game, of which you go to manage your team. What's really important as we come into the new financial year here in Australia is that you make sure that you're really clear about the mission that you actually want to go and achieve. And what I'm going to say to you is this: keep the mission, because the reality of it is if there are a new set of conditions, you need to adapt. Adapt to win, not adapt to cope. Now, to adapt to win, you've got to do some different things. And for me, it's about looking at the quality of the people that you've got inside of your organization and asking yourself the question, are they actually growing? Because if they're growing, the rest of the organization grows. And this is the most important conversation for you to be doing. Because in order to build a great business, we know that there are three different types of talent. The first group is our talent development squad. These are the types of people that we've got there that are out there training outside of training, so when they get to come into our formalized training, they can actually show and demonstrate great skill. Once they've shown and demonstrate that great skill, they get the opportunity to be able to run out there and be able to do more of the transactional stuff. The next thing that then happens is that then we've got our 5-year A players. These are people inside of the organization. We know that if we pass the ball or pass the listing to them, that they're going to win each and every single time. What that then progresses into is our 1-year contract extension players. And these are people that are in a position that as long as they write minimum fees, they can stay on the inside of the organization. Now, the reality of it is that a great business is made up of all three. But the challenge that I see is a business that has got an entire group of people that are in the talent development squad, or a whole group of people that are in our 5-year A players. The problem with that, in everyone being a 5-year A player, is that we're not developing any new talent. So if something happens and someone needs to retire, move on, or leave the brand, then all of a sudden we're rapidly exposed. Now, this gets me back to the secret of what we need to do in training, because training is a lot outside of just coming to do a session with me. It's about making sure that each and every week we're refining the key skill sets of our people. Now, if scripts and dialogues aren't a major thing inside of your organization, I'm actually okay with that. But what I want you to be doing is to make sure that you've got consistent training. To me, that could be doing some really basic things. Maybe on a Tuesday, you do a 45-minute call session. And during that 45-minute call session, you get everyone on the phones and you put a little bit of reward around who can actually book the most number of appointments, who's the most improved from last week, and making sure that they're doing those individual actions. What that should lead to is that maybe on a Friday, you should do something called Collective Fridays. Very simple idea. Basically what happens, we bring everyone together, and for 30 minutes, we have the key person inside of our organization who's doing some great things, talk about what they're doing. It could be simple things like diary and energy management, right the way through to how to manage one-bidder auctions, what to do in order to be able to get a property sold, or things they're doing inside of the listing presentation to get better fees. And what we do during these sessions is we're getting people to share, to collaborate around what's working well and where are the areas that we could tighten up on. Where are the opportunities for the business to then go and set forth that theme. It's up to you to go and create that environment, and you've got to remember the reasons why people made the decision to come and join your business. They joined your business because you've got a platform that guarantees success. A set of systems, processes, checklists, visuals, forms, and dialogues that allows people to be incredibly successful, combined with your technology stack. All of the individual applications that we're using, from CRM to all of a sudden customer digital amplification tools. So we know exactly what we're doing to really build out that momentum. So as you go and set forth the business, I want you to start thinking differently around what this vision is going to look like over the course of the next 12 months. Because really, we want to be in growth. This is not only about maybe doubling the business, but like having a look at what the business would look like if it was 10 times the size that it is today. When you see 10 times growth, it forces you to get rid of all the shackles that you've ever had. So if you're currently in a position that you're doing 80 transactions a year, how does that business go to doing 800 transactions a year? You need to start thinking about multiple markets, multiple people, additional people that can list, and you need to start thinking very differently about how that business can grow. So get back on the page on what success looks like and keep the mission the mission. I really hope you've enjoyed this month's Growth Leadership and Management Tip. We look forward to seeing you next month.